It was a rainy Thursday afternoon in late September. Business was dead. Josh stood under his umbrella, flipping a tortilla absent-mindedly, when a black SUV pulled up nearby. Out stepped a tall man in a gray coat, umbrella in hand. He looked around, clearly trying to avoid the rain. "Got anything warm?" the man asked. Josh looked up, slightly startled. "Yeah, birria tacos. Fresh batch." The man nodded and approached. "I'll take two." As Josh prepared the order, he noticed the man's face looked familiar. Sharp jaw, deep eyes. Then it clicked. Chef Daniel Hayes, the three-time James Beard Award winner, owner of 3 top-tier restaurants in Manhattan, and frequent guest on the Food Network. Josh tried to stay cool. When Hayes took the first bite, his expression changed instantly. He didn't speak at first. He just chewed, slowly, thoughtfully. Then he said, "Who taught you to make this?" "My mom. Learned most of it from her, then played around with flavors." Chef Hayes looked at him, impressed. "This is bold. The balance of spice and sweetness. It's better than most street food I've had. Ever thought of working in a real kitchen?" Josh blinked. "I mean, it's my dream." Hayes handed him a business card. "Come by my restaurant next week. Let's talk." The following Monday, Josh stepped into Hayes' kitchen, a sleek-the-back stainless steel fortress of culinary innovation in downtown Manhattan. Everything felt intimidating. Chefs in crisp coats, perfectly aligned knives, dishes plated like artwork. But Hayes welcomed him warmly. Instead of giving him a job outright, the chef offered a trial week. "Prove to me this wasn't just luck," he said. Josh worked like never before. He chopped onions until his eyes burned, scrubbed pans until midnight, and memorized recipes with military precision. When the other chefs doubted him, he stayed humble. When mistakes happened, he learned fast. By the end of the week, Hayes made it official. Josh was hired. Months passed. Josh moved from prep work to sauce stations and finally to main entrees. He introduced a smoked chipotle glaze that customers loved. Hayes even added a modified version of Josh's birria tacos to the seasonal menu, crediting him by name. One night, a food critic from the New York Times visited the restaurant. He wrote, "A surprising burst of flavor from an unlikely young talent. Josh Miller's taco-inspired entree reminded me that street food, when made with soul, can rival fine dining." Josh framed the article and hung it in his tiny Brooklyn apartment. But he didn't stop there. He enrolled in night classes for culinary business, studied food science, and took weekend trips to farms across New York to learn about fresh sourcing. He saved every dollar he could, still dreaming of something of his own. 3 years later, Josh opened his first restaurant, Sidewalk Flame, just 5 blocks from where he once sold tacos from a cart. On opening night, locals poured in. The menu celebrated street flavors, birria, barbecue, spicy corn, but elevated with refined technique. Chef Hayes was the guest of honor. "You turned a bite into a journey," he told Josh, raising a glass. "Proud of you." Today, Josh runs 2 restaurants and a nonprofit program that trains underprivileged youth in culinary skills. He tells them the same thing he told himself back then. You don't need a fancy kitchen to cook something that touches hearts. What matters is persistence, humility, and the courage to let your flavors speak. Your journey might not begin in a spotlight. It might start on a rainy sidewalk with few supporters and long hours. But if you show up with heart, every single day, the right person might stop by. The right opportunity might taste your effort and change your life. Believe in the flavor only you can bring. America is a land where even a cart can lead to a kitchen, and every sidewalk has room for someone's dream to begin.